As we look up at the night sky, we often take for granted the constellations and stars that have illuminated our world for centuries. Yet, unbeknownst to many, the night sky is undergoing profound changes that will dramatically alter its appearance in the coming years or even decades. Leading astronomers, including the renowned Neil deGrasse Tyson, have raised alarms, signaling that the North Star, Polaris, is about to undergo an extraordinary transformation. The implications of this cosmic shift are not just astronomical, they could fundamentally change our understanding of the sky itself. For thousands of years, Polaris has been the guiding light for navigators, explorers, and stargazers. Its position near the celestial North Pole has made it a constant and reliable reference point for navigation and orientation, acting as a celestial lighthouse in the vast, dark sky. This stability, this immovable place in the heavens, has made it one of the most important stars in human history. However, that could soon change, and the consequences for our night sky, and the way we perceive it, could be monumental. In a recent and highly concerning study published by the Royal Astronomical Society in September 2023, scientists have raised significant doubts about the future of Polaris. According to the study, Polaris could be nearing the end of its life, and what happens next might shock us all. In fact, Polaris is expected to experience a dramatic explosion, causing it to vanish completely from the sky, forever altering the landscape of the night. But before we jump to conclusions, let's dive deeper into the life of Polaris to understand why this is such a critical moment in our celestial history. Known as the North Star, Polaris has held a unique position in the sky for centuries. Positioned almost directly over the Earth's North Pole, it has always appeared to remain virtually stationary while the other stars in the northern sky seem to move in response to the Earth's rotation. This apparent stillness is what has made Polaris such a valuable tool for navigation, providing travelers and sailors with a reliable means to orient themselves, even in the darkest of nights. Polaris is a supergiant star located in the constellation Ursa Minor, and it's quite a bit larger than our Sun. Despite its seemingly solitary presence in the sky, Polaris is actually part of a complex triple star system. The main components of this system are Polaris A and Polaris B, and when viewed with the naked eye, they appear as a single point of light. However, the reality is far more intricate. There's a third companion star orbiting the binary pair. The gravitational dance between these stars shapes their orbits and, in turn, affects their brightness and other characteristics. Any disturbance in the delicate balance between these stars could lead to erratic changes in their luminosity or pulsation patterns. Unfortunately, astronomers still don't fully understand the specifics of these interactions, but they know that they are crucial to understanding what's happening to Polaris. Polaris is located approximately 323 light-years away from Earth, which means that the light we see from it today actually left the star over 3 centuries ago. This vast distance has one major consequence: if Polaris were to explode today, we wouldn't be aware of it until well over 300 years later. In essence, the light we're seeing now is not the most current, and there's a possibility that Polaris has already experienced this catastrophic event, but we simply haven't seen it yet. It's a chilling thought, knowing that such an important star could already be on the brink of destruction, and we're just waiting for the cosmic signal to reach us. Throughout history, the North Star has been a symbol of consistency and guidance. For civilizations across the globe, it was a constant in an ever-changing world. In ancient cultures, Polaris was revered as a symbol of stability, always present in the night sky to offer direction and purpose. It's easy to understand why ancient sailors and travelers held this star in such high regard. Without Polaris, navigating across vast oceans and uncharted lands would have been a far more difficult task. However, in recent years, Polaris has begun to behave in ways that have left astronomers puzzled and concerned. The once predictable pulsation cycle of the star, its regular dimming and brightening, has become increasingly erratic. Instead of following the expected pattern, Polaris has started to fluctuate in brightness in an unpredictable manner. This is a concerning development, as such behavior is commonly observed in stars nearing the end of their life cycle. The changes in the pulsation cycle have become more pronounced, with an increase in the duration of each pulsation by about 4.5 seconds, a seemingly small change, but one that has significant implications for astronomers studying the star. While some scientists believe that the erratic pulsations could be caused by the gravitational forces between Polaris and its companion stars, others are more convinced that the star is reaching the end of its life. The suspicion that Polaris is heading toward an inevitable explosion is not unfounded. This suspicion is strengthened by the parallels between Polaris and another famous star in the sky, Betelgeuse, the red supergiant in the constellation Orion. Betelgeuse has displayed similar irregularities in its brightness, and many astronomers have speculated that it could soon undergo a supernova explosion. NASA has been closely monitoring Betelgeuse, and although they have not raised official alarms, the irregularities in its behavior have been a topic of intense study. Interestingly, despite the similarities between Betelgeuse and Polaris, NASA has yet to express the same level of concern about the future of the North Star. This contrast has left some astronomers puzzled, as they believe that Polaris might be following a similar path toward its explosive end. Stars like Polaris go through a series of stages in their life cycle. Initially, they are relatively cool and dim, but over time, they evolve into much hotter and brighter stars. This transition into the main sequence phase, where nuclear fusion occurs, marks a period of stability that can last for billions of years. As the star exhausts its hydrogen fuel, it enters the red giant phase, during which it expands rapidly and experiences a dramatic increase in temperature and brightness. Eventually, this phase culminates in a supernova, a catastrophic explosion that can release vast amounts of energy and light. If Polaris were to undergo a supernova, it would be one of the most spectacular events in the night sky. The star would become incredibly bright, potentially outshining the moon and becoming one of the most visible objects in the heavens. This celestial explosion could last for days, weeks, or even months, transforming Polaris into a temporary point of brilliant light. As a result, the appearance of the surrounding constellations, including Ursa Major and Ursa Minor, would be altered, as Polaris plays such a central role in their configurations. Fortunately, while the explosion of Polaris would be a stunning visual spectacle, we here on Earth would be safe. Despite the star's immense size, its distance from us ensures that the Earth would not be affected by the explosion. The light from the supernova would be visible to the naked eye, but there would be no harmful effects on our planet. We would simply be treated to one of the most breathtaking views ever seen in human history. The possible explosion of Polaris is a reminder of the dynamic and unpredictable nature of the universe. The stars, once thought to be eternal, are subject to the same forces of change that govern all things in the cosmos. While the event itself would be awe-inspiring, it also serves as a humbling reminder of the fleeting nature of even the most constant and stable celestial objects. If you enjoyed this video and found it fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more exciting content. We truly appreciate your support as it helps us continue to explore the wonders of the universe.